Caddick. Rose off the corner. Not a good start. This one's coming back. Rose a little bit too quick as trouble off of turn number 2. 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved there. And let's see if we can't figure out what rolls off turn number 4. Getting ready to go back to action. We pick up the pace. Craig Merriman unfurls the green flag. We're underway. Race on into turn number 1, and it looks like the one machine on the outside. Charlie Rose makes the move, clears the 83, and grabs the lead. 3 wide down the back straightaway, down the inside into 3 and 4. There's the 31 of Morgan as he tries to find some room. The 50 of Benavides tries it as well, but the 17 of Palmer is already there. So Ryan Morgan working to the inside of Boss. Glenn Boss, he drop kicks him into 4th as he grabs the 1st spot, and also working down low, racing Jason Palmer in the 17. He's trying to get into the 4th, but trying to track down our leader, Charlie Rose, is the 40 of Mike Mitchell. Down the back stretch they go, trying to work themselves up through the field. Keep an eye on that 10 of Ryan Lynham as he was involved in that lap 1 incident, and he is coming strong as he currently sits 11th on the grid, battling with Jeremy Lilly side by side. That is one of the best battles on the track. Is a little deeper in the field. That is, looks like to be the 70 machine working to the outside as they come off turn number 4. He's stacked up right behind the 50 of Benavides as he cuts in front of the 3 of Larrabee. Off of turn number 2 they come. The 3 is right there as well. Jeremy Lilly trying to hammer himself up through the pack as they hit turns 3 and 4. Charlie Rose out front by a comfortable margin. Mike Mitchell in 2nd. Ryan Morgan sits 3rd as they were nose to tail off of turn number 4. Trouble off the corner, 1 car around. It looks like it could be the 10 again. I don't think anybody here in the Northeast knew we were going to have one. But right now we're going to go back to racing. So Craig Merriman has his eye on the field. Charlie Rose brings him off turn number 4. Green flag in the air, and the top 3, 4 take off into turn number 1. Side by side, Rose gets the advantage. Here comes Morgan down to the inside of Mitchell. Down the back straightaway. Palmer settles into the 4th spot as they hit turn number 3. Behind them, side by side, Boss and Caddick. Tomasi is right there as he tries it 3 wide down the front straightaway into the corner. He backs off and settles it in behind. And Ryan Morgan, thinking better of it now, will make his way back to the back bumper of Charlie Rose. Battle on for 3rd. Jason Palmer tries to Vegematic his way underneath the 40 of Mitchell, but it is Mitchell hanging on by his fingernails into turn number 1. Down off the 2nd quarter, Rose and Morgan 1 and 2. Here comes Mitchell trying back to the inside of Palmer. Settles it in off of turn number 2. 4, and here comes Tyler Tomasi down to the inside looking for a top 5. He and Glenn Boss racing side by side, and Lyon is already up to 7th off of turn number 2. Battle for the lead. As they go down into turn number 1, turn 3, Ryan Morgan tries to make his way underneath and grab the lead for the first time tonight. A little bump and touch as they come off turn number 4, down into 1. By inches, it's Ryan Morgan in the top spot. Morgan sets the pace. Mitchell and Palmer racing for that 3rd position. Down into 3. We got 1 car around off of turn number 2. Well, that's going to bring out the yellow once again. That looks to be the 32 machine. The 21 laps remaining in this one as they get ready to roll off of turn number 4. A nice even start. Craig Merriman lets him loose, and the 31 of Morgan jumps out front. Rose is able to settle in right behind him. And Rose has to worry about the 17 of Jason Palmer, who's wrestled the 3rd spot away from Mike Mitchell. Palmer trying to get the nose of that 17 machine underneath the 1 of Rose as he crossed the line into the 1. He's about halfway there, Kevin. Sideways through turns 1 and 2 as the 17 of Palmer. He gathers it back in, but loses a whole lot of momentum. Rose settles in to the number 2 spot. Look at the battle for 5th. Line him down to the inside. Boss up top as they come off of turn number 4. The 40 of Mitchell sits 4th, but the battle is on behind them. Then you've got Tomasi and Newcomb battling side by side. So quite a battle for 4th and 5th. Ryan Lynham tries to make his way into the 5th spot, and you figure twice he has had setbacks in this race to be in 5th, and he still has a shot with 18 to go to try to track down our leader. Ryan Morgan in the 31.
Ryan is flying around the 3/8 mile oval as he heads down the back straightaway and tries to close in on the back bumper of Mike Mitchell. Meanwhile, Mitchell and Palmer racing side by side for fourth. Palmer up on the outside, Mitchell down low. Lyon is not afraid to go three wide if needed. Down to the inside of Mitchell he goes.
So we'll see if he can make that move stick. Ryan Lynham, last week's winner, trying to work his way back to the field.
Cars, Boss, Tomasi, Bailey, and Benavides are your top 10. As they roll off of turn number 4, we're back underway. Morgan with a half a car length advantage. Rose trying to hang on up top as they hit turn number 1.
So Ryan Morgan gets the lead as they go down the backstretch. Rose in the second spot. When they hit the line this time by, will be halfway home. And Ryan Lynham doing all he can, a little bobble for Rose, and that allows Jason Palmer to scoot in the second.
Here comes Mitchell, trouble for Lynham up into the outside wall. Ryan Morgan and Jason Palmer jump up on the throttle off of 4 and drag race down into turn number 1. Morgan leading the charge into the middle of the corner and down the backstretch. Palmer trying to even back down the backstretch with Rose sitting in the 3rd spot.
These two have battled before here at the Speed Bowl as they come off turn number 4. Ryan Morgan, your leader, right in his tail tracks is the 17 of Palmer. Little battle behind them, making his way through the field. Is the Newcomb machine that sits in 4th. So Paul Newcomb has resurrected his run after an earlier visit to the paddock.
Paul really liking this 3/8 mile oval, working himself up through the pack. Currently sits 4th on the grid. Mike Mitchell rounds out the top 5. Behind them, Boss up on the outside of Tyler Tomasi. That's the battle for 6. That's the one everybody's watching right now off of 4.
So if they come off turn number 4, we'll see it by inches. It is Glenn Boss trying to grab that 6th spot as they go off turn 2, and also trying to make his way underneath the 1 of Rose with the 7 of Newcomb. He took a peek. He's going to take that peek again as they come off turn number 4.
Battle for the lead. Jason Palmer taking a look to the inside of Ryan Morgan as they hit turn number 1. Settles it in, takes a look up top, and behind them, Paul Newcomb down to the inside. Trouble off of turn number 2. Looks like Adams again. One of the car involved. And
goes to the safety of the infield. We get ready to go back. We'll see if Ryan Morgan is able to hold off Jason Palmer again as they come off turn number 4. 11 to go. Green is out. Palmer, like popcorn, pops out to the lead as they go down into turn 1.
Off the second corner they come, and they drag race down the lead. Palmer up on the outside, trying to get to the top of the leaderboard. The Jazz hands are out. 10 laps to go as they cross the stripe. Morgan sets the pace. Battle right now is for 4th. Rose has his hands full as he comes off of turn number 2. Mitchell on the inside there. Glenn Boss knocking on the door with Tomasi in tow.
So 4 cars battling for 1 position as they come off turn number 4. A touch by Mitchell to the side of Rose as they go down into turn number 1. The top 3 have pulled away a bit, and they freight train their way down the backstretch.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Right now the battle is for 4th with Mike Mitchell underneath Charlie Rose. They come off of turn number 4, and Mitchell does not get the spot that time. Rose has the advantage. They roll up into 1, a little bit of contact. 3 wide, Tomasi down to the inside. Rose goes around down the back straightaway. Looking for the green off of 4 one more time. They get it up on the throttle. Morgan picks up where he left off. Here comes Newcomb down on the inside of Palmer, looking for 2nd down the back straightaway. Tomasi looking for 4th down into turn number 3. Battle for 2nd off of turn 4. The 7 of Newcomb, the 17 of Palmer, racing down into turn number 1. Even Steven off of turn 2. Palmer's got a little bit of an advantage down into 3, but Newcomb is strong through 3 and 4. Tomasi and Boss continue to race side by side while the 31 of Ryan Morgan pulls away ever so slightly at the top of the field. Off of turn 2, Newcomb's got a nose, but here comes Palmer back up on the outside. 5 to go, this time across the stripe. Newcomb trying to wrestle the spot away, but Palmer strong up top, able to hold on to the number 2 spot. Tomasi and Boss, same thing down off of turn number 2. Palmer with the half a car length now evens up trouble. Palmer sideways, gathers it back in. How about that for a save by Palmer? Newcomb throws it in hard and deep, 3 wide. Tomasi tries to throw the nose. Caution flag is out. Holding on for the win. Do you think it'll be Newcomb upsetting this one? Or will it be Palmer taking home the checkered flag? This one's not going to be good. This one's coming back as the lazy green is dropped. Newcomb a little bit too quick on that one. Happens. Craig Merriman looks him over. Morgan starts to wind it up. Off of turn number 4. Not a good one this time. Here we go. Third time's a charm. Morgan and Newcomb. Off of turn number 4. This time it's a good one. There's a green flag. Morgan gets the jump, leads it down to 1. Newcomb and Palmer battling side by side. Here comes Jay Palmer down on the inside. Down to 3 and 4 they go. Tomasi sits 4th as they hit the corner. He's coming to life late with 3 laps to go. Does he make a move 3 wide? Newcomb on the outside, Palmer down low. Hedge your bet, sit, wait, and see if something happens. If not, you go home with a good run. Takes a look to the inside of Newcomb with 2 laps to go. Palmer up to 2nd. Battle now for 3rd. Tomasi back to life down low. Takes a look to the inside of Palmer off at 2. Palmer has the number 2 spot as they hit 3. Paul Newcomb up top. Tomasi down low. Tomasi up to 3rd. Newcomb back to 4th. Boss rounds out the top 5. One more circuit to go. And they continue to chase Ryan Morgan down the backstretch. How about the run that he has had? Jumped out front, held off a lot of charges, rolls off of turn number 4, and finds himself back in the London Waterford Speedboat victory lane. Second place going to
Take us through your run. Yeah, we had played a little defense today, but at 11 o'clock this morning, this car didn't have a motor in it. After last week, we blew a motor up, so I got to thank the entire crew. We missed a practice. We showed up at 1:30, and it shows that teamwork doesn't fail here. So, and thank you, everybody.
Some of the sponsors on 31 that you need to thank.
I got to thank Larry's Auto Machine, Country View Restaurant, K&H Construction, K&H Dumpster Division, just everybody.